I think we can all agree that a guaranteed way to eat healthier is to cook your meals and take control over what goes into your body. But it takes time and energy to do so consistently. So I super appreciate food prep methods that can save time and come together really nicely into a balanced meal. Bonus points if you can cut down on dishwashing. In this video, I'll be sharing with you 3 healthy meals you can cook in your rice cooker. But before that, what is considered healthy and balanced? My main criteria are, we use whole ingredients, not the ultra-processed stuff, and we include the essential macros, a source of lean protein, meat or plant-based protein, fiber, which are veggies, whole carbs, and healthy fats. Let's get started. We'll start with a simple rice dish with tofu and veggies. The first thing I like to do is prep the ingredients that actually need prepping so that everything will be ready to assemble later in the pot. For our protein, we have firm tofu and edamame. I'll just slice the tofu into cubes. For the veggies, we have carrots and broccoli. I've already washed and dried them and peeled the carrot, so now I'm chopping them into small pieces. And for the sauce, for that boost of flavor, I'll mix together soy sauce, sesame oil, honey, grated ginger, and minced garlic. Now for the rice. I'll rinse 1 cup of rice very well before dumping it in the pot. Then I'll follow that up with 1.5 cups of water. Then in one layer, I'll dump in the tofu cubes, edamame, carrots, and broccoli, and drizzle the sauce all over the top. Then we start cooking and just wait until it's done. When the light shifts back to warm, that means that it's already cooked, but let it steam for an additional 10 more minutes before you fluff up the rice. It comes out really yummy, especially when the sauce coats everything and you mix it all up. I top this with onion flakes for extra flavor and crunch, and there you go, a balanced, no-fuss meal. Fun fact, I only started using a rice cooker recently after the whole world raved about it. My husband and I would normally cook rice the traditional way via stove, but since a rice cooker is relatively inexpensive and doesn't really take up much space in the house, we figured it would be worth trying it out ourselves. The verdict? It cooks rice very conveniently, like literally with a push of a button. I'll give it that. But cooking rice via stovetop is actually also very convenient once you get your rice to water ratio and cooking time figured out. So it's honestly not a major difference for me. But what I do find impressive about a rice cooker is how it can cook a whole meal in one small pot. Not just rice, but also proteins, pastas, soups, veggies, sauces, etc. Instead of cooking these components in separate pots and pans and then assembling them into one meal, you can just dump everything in the rice cooker and let it do its thing. Now that's something I could get behind. So our next meal is not a rice meal, it's a pasta. It's the ultimate comfort food, mac and cheese. My son has actually been requesting for mac and cheese to pack for his school lunch, so I'll be making a more nutritious version of it. My issue with pasta in restaurants is that it's usually noodle heavy, making it high in carbs and lacking in protein and fiber. So when you cook pasta at home, you have the opportunity to balance it by adding more protein and veggies for a more nutrient-dense meal. So again, I'll start by prepping what needs to be prepped. I'll just dice the chicken into bite-sized pieces and chop the broccoli into small florets. Then I'll add my pasta to the rice cooker. This is my preferred variant, durum pasta, because it has more protein than regular white pasta. I'll just add around 100 grams of this. Then I'll follow that up with 1.5 cups of water. On top of that, I'll add the diced chicken in one layer. Then for the seasonings, I'll throw in some butter, garlic powder, salt, and pepper. Then when that's all in there, just press the cook button. Around 10 minutes in, I'll quickly lift the lid and stir everything together to ensure even cooking. This is also when I'll throw in the broccoli, since broccoli cooks faster. When the cooking cycle is done, just let it steam for 10 more minutes. Our sauce is super easy. Just a simple combo of warm milk and shredded mozzarella. The heat in the rice cooker will quickly absorb the milk and melt the cheese, creating a nice cheesy coating for the pasta. Top with chopped parsley and a few cracks of black pepper, and your balanced mac and cheese is ready. When we make these rice cooker recipes at home, they normally yield around 3 to 4 servings depending on how hungry we are. So if you live alone and you cook one of these recipes, you can eat it once, store the leftovers, and have it for 2 to 3 more meals within the week. Or if you're part of a small family like me, one pot can yield a full dinner for everyone with maybe a little bit left over for the next day. So these rice cooker meals are a nice addition to your home-cooked meal plans if you want something that's quick, simple, and balanced. The last meal I want to share with you guys is a hearty, flavorful chili. We'll do a plant-based meal this time, and it's packed with protein and fiber. The veggies we'll be using here are tomatoes, bell peppers, an onion, and canned corn. What I'll need to prep here are the tomatoes, bell peppers, and onion. I've already washed and dried them, so I'll just dice all of them into cubes. My dicing technique could still use some work, but as long as you're able to chop up these veggies into small cubes, that's good enough. Also shape your hand into a claw when you chop to keep your fingers safe from the knife. And here are the veggies. The hard part is over. I'll just add some of the corn here. I rinsed them first to reduce the sodium. Then I'll set these aside for a minute. Our protein sources will be our yellow lentils and beans because we really should be adding more legumes to our diet. These are powerhouse ingredients because not only are they plant-based proteins, but they're also rich in fiber and complex carbs. So I'll add first 1 cup of lentils to the pot, followed by 1 cup of water. This will ensure even cooking of the lentils. Then I'll add in half a cup of beans. Then this is where we dump in all the veggies we prepped earlier. I'll just make sure that they're all in one even layer. And finally, we bring in all the flavor to the dish. I'll add a minced garlic clove, chili powder, cumin, paprika, salt, and pepper. And when that's all in there, you know the drill. Flip the switch to cook and tidy up while you wait for your meal to come together. Once it gets to warm, let it steam for around 10 more minutes before removing the lid. If the lentils don't come out saucy like a typical chili, don't panic. All you need to do is add some water while the rice cooker is still on warm. Add 1/4 of a cup at a time and stir. Then you can keep adding 1/4 of a cup until you reach your desired consistency. It took me a total of 3/4 of a cup until I was happy with the texture. You can finish it off with a dollop of Greek yogurt or a plant-based yogurt if you're making this meal fully plant-based. Then I highly recommend topping it with fresh, chopped up cilantro as it really complements the heat of the chili. It's fresh, flavorful, and packed with all these great nutrients, so I hope you give this a try. And there you have it. 3 balanced meals made easier with just a rice cooker. These are perfect for busy days when you need something quick, nutritious, and satisfying. There are countless varieties and possibilities when it comes to cooking full meals in this pot, and it's really a time saver, space saver, and even energy saver when it comes to cleaning up. If you made it this far in this video, first of all, thank you for sticking around. And second, I also want to share with you that supposedly easy methods like cooking in a rice cooker can sometimes backfire too. I actually made a salmon rice meal with edamame, carrots, and zucchini, and it didn't turn out so well. I used multi-grain rice, which takes a lot longer to cook than white rice, so the other ingredients that I put in there cooked much faster and started to release too much moisture, making the overall texture kinda mushy. I mean, I still ate it. I just had to mix it well and air it out. It just wasn't the fluffy texture I was hoping for. Another mistake I made was I overcrowded the rice cooker, which blocked the heat from distributing evenly, making the rice cooker struggle to cook properly. So some key takeaways: always follow the capacity limit in the rice cooker. You'll see it through the marks inside the pot. And if you'll be using multigrain rice, since it takes longer to cook than white rice, maybe partially cook it first on its own before adding the other ingredients. Not every meal is a success, we all know that. Failures are really part of it, but the silver lining is that we learn from them. If you've tried cooking full meals in your rice cooker, I'd love to hear your go-tos. Drop them in the comments. And if you're new here, feel free to subscribe for simple and balanced meal ideas. If you want some breakfast inspo, I have some easy and delicious ones right here that will fuel you up nicely. If you like this type of content, hope you can give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel for more nutrition and motivation headed your way. Either way, thanks a lot for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.